All right, we're going to call to order this regular meeting of the Rutherford Board of Education, June 1st, 2026. Let's get them again. Please stand, face the flag, pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty. Mr. Kelly, please take roll. Mr. Bogosian.
Present.
Ms. Gates.
Here.
Mrs. Cole.
Here.
Mr. Conti.
Present.
Mr. Healy. Here. Mrs. Jones.
Present.
Dr. Racine.
Here.
Mr. Sprayberry.
Present.
Dr. Rawani.
Here.
Ms. Iorio. On the board. New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meeting of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this act, the Rutherford Board of Education has caused notice of this meeting to be published by having the date, time, and place posted on the bulletin board outside the Borough Clerk's office, mailed to the Herald, South Bergenite, and Record newspapers, and filed with the Borough Clerk. Hard copies of the agenda are available in the meeting room, and the agenda is posted electronically on the Friday before the meeting date on the district's website at www.rutherfordschools.org. Subsequent to the meeting, a video of the meeting will be uploaded to the district's website, www.rutherfordschools.org. The video link can be found by opening the Board of Education link and clicking on Public Meetings and then Videos. Some board members, there in your packets were minutes to approve from the regular meeting on May 11th, 2026. Any questions or comments on those? All right, hearing now, I'll ask Mr. Kelly to please enter those. And so now, for the final time after 2 years, our amazing student representative, Sarah Iorio, is going to give her final speech. She's going to make it wonderful. This time, we're actually going to ask you questions. We're going to give you a quiz. No, I'm just kidding. But handing over to you.
Good evening. Most spring sports have concluded except for the girls softball team, who will be competing in the state semifinals tomorrow against Hanover Park. Student Council had their annual Six Flags trip today. This is a leadership event with the other student councils in New Jersey and allows us to celebrate all of the money raised throughout the school year, which will be donated to the Student Council charity. Student Council elections also took place last week to decide student council members for next school year. Last week was the Multicultural Fair at RHS. Students from the Multicultural Club hosted the event, which featured traditional foods from different cultures, as well as information about various countries. The senior award ceremony and senior prom were this past Friday. It was such a fun day and night for the senior class and a great way to kick off the last few weeks of high school. The seniors are so appreciative for the community, groups, and families who generously provide scholarships each year. This Friday is Senior Sunset, which is another exciting event for the seniors. It's always a cute way to start closing out senior year before graduation. Final exams are beginning next week to mark the end of the academic year. After finals, RHS is having the 3rd annual Senior Field Day, which is always a great time. The seniors be split up based on which elementary school they attended and have a chance to compete in some fun games to earn points for their team. From the other schools, Washington School recently held its annual Memorial Day parade, honoring local veterans and family members who've served in the military. The event was a student-led assembly with patriotic songs and meaningful Memorial Day messages, including presentations about America's White Table and flag facts. Kindergarten students will soon be visiting their new school as part of their transition experience. And Washington School is also preparing for their exciting end-of-year activities like their school concert. Lincoln School has their traditional end-of-year activities coming up as well. They're great is having their breakfast and yearbook signing. The PTA will be hosting their end-of-year party, which includes some favorites such as the inflatable slide and the cotton candy machine. They also have their school concert coming up as well as Tar Beach, which is always a blast. Pierpont School had their musical, Judy B. Jones, this last weekend, and they are also having their final PBSIS pep rally on June 19th, where they will raffle off end-of-year prizes. They will also be celebrating the 6th graders with an awards assembly on June 22nd and a carnival on June 23rd. In closing, I just want to thank all of you for making my time as a student rep such a great experience. I really enjoyed giving these reports over the last 2 years, and it's definitely something I'll remember forever. Thank you.
Questions or comments from board members? Mr. Hurley, first few words.
No, I think it's going.
Oh, no, sorry, Mr. Cole, I didn't see you.
I just wanted to thank you, Sarah, for the last 2 years. You did an amazing job. I love sitting next to you, just like you. And I know you're going to Kimberly College, so I wish you nothing but
Thank you.
where are you going again?
I'm going to St. Joe's.
St. Joe's.
Remember, she's going to get her prescription soon.
Pharmacist said it, right?
I wanted to comment, and first of all, thank you. And, we've had, we've continued a long tradition of having outstanding student reps. I'm very proud of going back well before I was principal of high school. We had a student rep well before anybody else did, and now it's a state mandate. So, we were kind of at the forefront of that, and you continue a great tradition. But you started a new tradition, which I think is really outstanding, reaching out to the other schools in the district. You're elected by the high school, the positions elected by the high school students, you represent the high school. You're the student rep. I think it's great. And reached out to the principals and brought to the board's attention a lot of the good things that went down there and actually get fulfilled. So thank you for that. You put the pressure down on your successor because they did the same. I already met with her and told her that she had to keep that going. And we thank you. Hope it was a great experience for you. And again, it's part of our profile, right? Community, civics, communication, all those things that you want to do. So,
Thank you.
Yeah, I figured there wouldn't be much left to say, but I want to echo what Mr. Hurley said, and I think everyone here is feeling just a lot of appreciation. We don't take for granted your time, and you have come to every meeting. I don't think you missed a meeting in your 2 years, and the well-rounded presentations are great. Not that it's all downhill when you leave the room, but you are one of the highlights of our Board of Education meetings, is really hearing the student perspective about things that are happening in different schools, and we get to relive our youth sometimes, hearing some of the things that are happening. I know I relived my kids graduating, so some of the stuff we talked about, I forgot about the sunset, that whole thing. My son was part of that a couple of years ago, and he said there were like 80 or 90 seniors who went. He said it was like a huge amount of people, so it was pretty fun. We had a big show for that.
I think so, yeah. I think everyone I've talked to said they're coming soon.
Oh, that's right, it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, it's not,
Right.
it's next, right? This up.
Got it. Hopefully it'll have a good weather.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so.
I think to give her the full experience, we shouldn't have stay with the entire thing.
Well, come up with a compromise. So we have a gift that we want to give you to honor your 2 years of service. But before doing that, we know that a lot of times, you have a lot of homework and a lot of things that you have to do. And so usually after your update and presentation, we let you go. So instead, I am going to quickly move us to new business where there's action will be taken. And we're going to go into personnel, but I'm going to do personnel. I'm only going to do number 1. And the first thing on personnel says that be it resolved by the Rutherford Board of Education to honor Sarah Iorio for service as the Rutherford Board of Education student representative school years 2024-25 and 2025-26. So I'm going to move that. Do we have a second? Who will move that? Mr. Sprayberry. Any questions or comments? Any reason we should not honor Sarah this evening?
Absolutely not. She's been
All
wonderful.
right. Then, Mr. Kelly, will you please take roll? Where's Mr. Bogosian?
Yes.
Ms. Case?
Yes.
Mrs. Cole?
Yes.
Mr. Conti?
Absolutely yes.
Mr. Healy?
Yes.
Mrs. Jones?
Absolutely yes.
Dr. Rossini?
Yes.
Mr. Sprayberry?
A resounding yes.
Dr. Water? Yes. Motion carried. Thank you. All right. Excellent. This is sort of what we do for each of the different committees. We go through this whole round and move things, and everyone's got to vote on it, so. But we actually do have something to honor you with, by the way. So on behalf of the board and on behalf of Mr. Hurley, Mr. Kelly, again, thank you for all of your service, for all of your time. 2 years, you have tied the record of someone who stays on for 2 years, because most of our student representatives were 1 year. So the next person is going to be a senior, I think. Next year, so will not be. So
Well, she doesn't cancel the decline.
but anyways, this is for yourself.
Yeah.
We can name that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, put it on your desk.
I also just want to say to Sarah's parents that it is something really to be proud of, to have, a child that you can say has been part of, civic engagement in this way, to really kind of see and understand the things that happen beyond just the classroom experientially. I hope this has been a rich experience for you. If you feel that there's anything that we can continue to do to make the experience even better, please feel free to reach out. We're definitely open to that. But congratulations to you. We wish you the best in college and beyond. And look forward to hearing all the great stories that come.
Thank you so much.
So I will end the way we started your first meeting 2 years ago, to say, if you would like to stay for the rest of the meeting, you're welcome. But if you have other commitments, we do understand. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Mom and Dad. We enjoyed it. It might be out of order, but thank you so much for, taking good care of her. Through a lot.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank
Good night,
you.
Jordan.
Yeah, you too. All right, so we are going to move out of new business, go back to the next thing on the agenda, which is the report to the superintendent.
Thank you. I distributed to everyone a copy of the Scribe, which is the literary magazine and art magazine. It's all working as well. High school. I also left a list that was in the program at Friday Senior Awards of colleges and vocational schools and trade schools that our students have been accepted. Which I always think is very interesting listening to that list. You see some really in universities and colleges and vocational type schools, and of course we have student management forces as well. So it is a really outstanding list. And I always think it's good to look at the list of where they were accepted, because sometimes there are reasons why a student may not choose to go to certain college, university. If they make it up. So, and that will be published in a final newsletter, the one that goes out tomorrow. At the award ceremony, I believe the number was around $151,000 on the scholarships. And the list just grows and grows and grows here. And the support of the community and the support of former students and former faculty and administrators and various booster clubs and support groups. It's really overwhelming. So it's, I think when the program started right at 9 o'clock, and with no break for anything, it's not like the old days of the breakfast, and the grants almost 1:30. So and the whole time it's just like working so it really is nice. I did Dr. Light mentioned when I told the communication that Bailey Frederick, who's the rising seniors, junior, was elected to the student council. Next year, the first meeting will be in September. Tonight on the agenda there is the annual grant award from the Winter Education Foundation. The board we have to accept on $74,960, which again is a remarkable and really very grateful support competition throughout the year. Also, an addendum to agenda is a donation of $50,000 from Washington Schools PTA to go towards the playgrounds. And as you remember, if you remember that we talked about doing 3 playgrounds are going to require support from the REF, support from the PTA, and then support from the Board of Education. So Washington was able to, the PTAs of Washington and Lincoln pledged 50,000. Washington was able to get to it this year. Lincoln will get to it next year. And, 2/3 of the way there. And the reason why they're not there is they did a major aiders and picnic tables for outdoor education, outdoor lunch in the fall. That's, some money. And the K Center is also contributing less because the size of the school, but they're looking. So that next summer, the hope is that we'll be able to do the other 2. The REF, part of the grant money that's being hopefully approved tonight, accepted by the board, was $25,000 towards the playground. They are also hoping to do that with a repeat grant next year. And we're still looking at the possibility of a gala to help contribute as well. And keep in mind that the 3 playgrounds have been about $500,000. So the budgets being what they are, without the support from PTAs and REF, I don't think we can have the budget. Not that it's not important, but with limited dollars. And so again, we thank everybody for this. I sent you today the executive summary and the survey about the faculty. I thought there was very interesting things in there, some very good feedback. We have a survey currently out with the final list of parents. And as I said during the year, I'll give a little summary to you all for the last meeting in June. But we did enact some subtle changes. We have looked at some committees and groups. We'll take a look at some things. And what we're going to do during the summer is kind of take the highlight of each of the 6 executive summaries to see what things maybe we could focus on to strengthen something that's already strong or address something that maybe. Again, the good news is nothing major, but the other good news is it's good to hear what people are seeing and what they're thinking. And nothing else generates good discussion and generates a look at views of things too. That's really it. I do know that you probably are aware. Survey that a petition is out, the website is out. Some folks were here a month or 2 ago. Some people also met with me. I met with Ms. Carey and the Saxon and Washington. I'm not sure about the other school. I know that's where the meetings. And again, I'm as I said the night folks were here. I understand the national concern. My concern is what happens within Rutherford, and I don't see some of the things I'm reading about in other places happening here. That said, there's no disagreement with anything they're saying. I mean, there's no disagreement about the extent it's happening here, but there's no disagreement about why it shouldn't be here. The ancient generation, which they remind me, I'm the one that brought this forward, but the ancient generation really addressed social media, cell phones, and, like a better word, free play. It didn't really address education. Since that, there has been lots of research coming up technology. And, we have some questions. By the way, before I do about the petition or anything like that, the survey that we have with some questions that interesting enough, we're also on the website. We're looking to get information. We have a couple of district committees and we're going to have a few building level PLCs next year looking at certain aspects of the technology. The other thing we're going to do is the mail is a component to parents in August or thereabouts. is, I'm going to work with administrators and IT to put out, a statement. Here's what we do. General terms. Here's what we do to safeguard technology. Here are some of the things we're looking at. And here are some things that a parent could do to make sure that the technology that does get home is being used in the appropriate way as intended for. The document people sign is asked for use for school. So, we're going to put out more guidance and more transparency and more factual stuff, which I think will also be good. But again, I'm pleased with how we are using it, but I'm never afraid to take a look at what we're doing and see how we can do it. I'm going to highlight some things. Last thing is kindergarten registration right now for next year is at 146 students. And again, that's kind of where it usually is around. I'm sure we're going to land at or above 180. And our preschool numbers are all four sections in the two buildings filled with the regular students. There is a way to some folks who decide. Okay, so that's where we are as we approach the end of the school year. It's been, I think, really good, outstanding school year. Kudos to our students, and to our faculty, and staff, and administrators. I think you have seen and heard some of the energy that has come from folks working on various projects and new initiatives, and both in the academic world and in the co-curricular world. And certainly, I think our partnerships with CPAC really came forward this year. We took a big step forward with our the kind of partnership we made with the PTAs and the RAF to look at a need and let's work together to fund it. And those partnerships are very extremely. And I thank always for your support and allowing us, the administrators and the teachers and the community to work and develop and put forward a good program with your support and your encouragement and your oversight.
All right, thank you. Questions or comments from board members? I just want to say I really appreciated the results of the teacher survey, the recommendations, and how the company that did the survey also has kind of identifies what are the themes and what are recommendations and ideas, and just following up with that. And I think in regards to the parent survey, I think some of the things that you expressed to some families have given feedback about. I'm glad that this survey gives those families an outlet, an opportunity to be able to share those things as well. So I think that will also kind of streamline the conversations like you mentioned. Also, just in general, really appreciate all the information that we continue to get around, things that are happening strategically on different levels. Just a reminder, last meeting, the portrait profile of Rutherford graduate was great to have all those administrators and teachers in to be able to see kind of how that portrait is playing out, although I can't get the term poured out of my head. Besides that, but no, I think that was great, and I think the information on technology is a great idea to follow up, letting people know exactly what's happening, how to partner, all of that. Also wanted to express appreciation to the Rutherford Education Foundation. $75,000 is huge. I joined the REF 16 years ago, and I think for raising money between $10,000 and $20,000, I'm not even 6 members. And I say that somewhat nostalgically because I did let the REF know that I was not going to be renewing my next 2-year term at the last meeting while I was in charge of helping with the survey and getting all the new members. But there's a big crop of new families with young kids who are interested in joining. And so when I think back to some of the founders, Andy and Doreen Sebastio were two of the founders of the REF. And when Doreen stepped down, Doreen's also former president of the when one of the things she said is, I knew it was time and I was ready to step down when the people on the RAF currently were ready to take it to that next level. So it just continues to grow and evolve. So really excited to celebrate all the grants in the fall when they come in. We get to hear about that. We've always had, I think, on the Board of Ed for many years, someone who, you know, on the RAF who was there to sort of hear, and so we'll continue to have Christine Cates. So that's exciting. So just moving over to graduation. So tonight is the deadline, and right now it looks like we're going all in on Rutherford High School graduation. So that's very exciting. And so 6:30, June 23rd. Our very own James Bogosian is going to be our Board of Ed representative speaker at graduation this year with a graduate coming. So get ready for it. I'm so excited. And so that will be great, and happy to sit beside him and hand out those diplomas and make sure they shake with the right, take with the left. And then, but the Friday before June 19th is Union Middle School graduation. So right now I have James, Chris, Diane, and myself. I believe we're able to go. If others want to or able to go, please let me know. I just want to make sure Mr. Schweitzer has the right amount of people and seat saved to acknowledge people who were there in the evening. And Mr. Sprayberry is going to be our Board of Ed representative speaker. So excited for that as well. Just moving on to the CSA evaluations. This is the time of year when we do our evaluation of the superintendent. So we are 7 of 9 of us have completed the survey. It is anonymous in terms of email, so I can't hound down the 2 people because I don't technically know who you are. But I would ask that next week, if you could do that, it'd be great because we need to go over it at the next meeting at the end of June, so it can be sent to the state before July 1st. So if you haven't completed that, if you could please do that by a week from today, that'll give me enough time to synthesize and analyze and write it up. And then I think we have one more meeting with you, Mr. Kelly. Okay. Excellent. So we'll save you for next time.
You only get one for,
Yeah.
can't keep coming back.
That's it.
You can't chance to go better.
That's it for my report. Questions or comments?
Can I just remind everyone, I'll send something out ahead of the high school graduation. Union School, just identify yourself. I'll see if get the tickets, probably the difference. At the high school, you know, they gave everyone a ticket tonight, so I'd love to use it. We have seats to be on the track. Faculty things. I'll send out notification. Should there be a rain issue, we have to go inside and install. And the tickets will still be.
Right. At 7:28 p.m., we are going to open the meeting to the public for anything related to the agenda this evening.
So that it's not so weird and all this.
So if you want to come up to the microphone, just give us your name and address in Rutherford. And
Hi, my name is Elena Ononyanga. I live at 35 Addison, and I kind of just like to watch. So I'm very interested in the Board of Ed and someday would love to participate. So I just come.
well, thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And have a little one that'll start soon.
Oh, very nice. Hello.
Future Board of Ed rep.
Yeah, there we go. All right, 7:29 p.m. We are going to close the meeting to the public, and we're going to move on to new business where there's actions to be taken. Mrs. Cole, I guess we'll just start with number 2. Take us through personnel.
Good evening, personnel to not meet this month. We have 13 motions to the program recommendation of the superintendent. I want to move motions 2 through 13.
All right, could we have a second? Mr. Bogosian, questions or comments about anything in personnel? All right, seeing none, Mr. Kelly, please take roll. Mr. Bogosian,
Yes.
Ms. Cates, Mrs. Cole,
Yes.
Mr. Conti,
Yes.
Mr. Healy,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Dr. Rousseau,
Yes.
Mr. Sprecher,
Yes.
Dr. O'Brien. I'm going to abstain on, number 13 in my own participation, in the NJSBA conference. Yes, Deputy Nelson. Okay. The motion carried. Thank you. All right, thank you. We'll move on now to curriculum and instruction. Mr. Jones.
Thank you. We also did not have a C9 meeting. Tonight there are 8 motions which are put forth on the recommendation of the superintendent. 1 through 8.
All right, thank you. Do we have a second for that one? All right, Mrs. Cole, questions or comments from board members on curriculum and instruction? All right, seeing none, Mr. Kelly, please take roll. Mr. Bogosian,
Yes.
Ms. Gates,
Yes.
Mrs. Cole,
Yes.
Mr. Conti,
Yes.
Mr. Healy,
Yes.
Mrs. Jones,
Yes.
Dr. Rousseau,
Yes.
Mr. Sprayberry,
Yes.
Dr. Ivani. Yes. Motion's carried. Thank you. All right, thank you. We'll move on now to finance, Mr. Bogosian.
Good evening. We did not have a finance committee meeting since our last full board meeting. Tonight, the agenda of motions to consider. We both been supplying through each other under finance.
All right, do we have a second for that? All right, Mr. Sprayberry. Questions or comments from board members?
Yeah, I would like to comment on my praise in the various donations. Also want to thank the Lake Lucy Club for their donation and shot clock. And, we followed that. The JSIA decided that basketball and lacrosse was out there too. If we get the vote on basketball, should move to a shot clock, which I think maybe that would be some states have. High school, college has it. Of course, it's a rather heavy price tag. Not only to put the clock in, and now that's another official pay for every freshman, JV, varsity game at a time when our budget is so. So, and NGSIA said, well, we think the game should be more in line with what's going on across the country and districts can fit money. So one of the ways we figured it out is make some help for them. Thank you.
Number 6 is just the same, it's just a renewal, it's no change in the workers' correction. Other questions or comments? Hearing none, Mr. Kelly, please take roll. Mr. Bogosian,
Abstain on number 4, yes to all.
Ms. Gates,
Yes.
Mr. Cole,
Staying on number 4, that's yes.
thank you, Mr. Conti,
Yes.
Mr. Healy,
Yes.
Mr. Jones,
Yes.
Dr. Hussein,
Yes.
Mr. Sperry,
Yes.
Dr. O'Reilly. Yes. Motion's carried. All right, thank you. We'll move on now to policy, Mr. Healy.
Yes.
Policy, maybe big policy problems. To the attendees that calling listed policies and missions. So there's one resolution being put forth tonight. At the first reading.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Healy. We have a second on that. Mr. Bogosian. Questions or comments? Ms. Gates?
One question on the high school graduation. Is there any real differences in the policy before? I didn't look up the old one.
No, GED is no longer called GED. That's been changed, semantic change. Option 2, which has been in existence for a long time, different ways a student can earn credit towards the diploma, has been also some name change, but also some different avenues for that. And then also some testing, the state testing names change. So a lot of semantic change. But no real, nothing that was substance that would impact anyone.
So a student still needs 130 credits?
Yes, that's in our policy.
Thank you.
State requires it.
Other questions or comments? All right, hearing none, Mr. Kelly, please say roll. Mr. Bogosian,
Yes.
Mr. Gates,
Yes.
Mrs. Cole,
Yes.
Mr. Conti,
Yes.
Mr. Healy. Yes. Mrs. Jones.
Yes.
Dr. Racine,
Yes.
Mr. Sprader,
Yes.
Dr. Walati. Yes. Motion carried. Thank you. All right, thank you. Buildings and grounds, Mr. Sprader.
We just like to find really, and this is to see all the donations come in, such sources through the school, the district, it's just. Yeah. It's the price of it. What else? So,
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. All right, we will move on now to old business. Ms. Jones.
Our student representative, Sarah, mentioned the, honoring the veterans at Washington School. That is an annual celebration, and Mr. Rowley was there, and I believe Mr. Ryan was there this year.
Yes.
I like going to that because it moves me so much to see all these fine men and women who have served, and they tell what branch of the armed forces they serve, sometimes the years, and often here because they have a branch out or a son and daughter at Washington School, and it's their privilege to speak. But I would like to mention Mr. Frank Garapoli, who I know that you know because the Garapolis were 9 children that all went through the system. And he commented that all his children received a fine education. He does a great job.
And 10 of them.
Is it 10?
9.
He's 9. Wilson's are 10. But anyway, he moves me because he's just so good. He goes to the senior citizen center for an exercise class, and he's there and he tries so hard. He's done so well. He spoke very nicely. I also was delighted to go to the Bergen County dinner, which was last Thursday, where we honored James becoming a master board member, and Sergio for his 10 years. Mr. Gilly also came. And it was a nice dinner at the Elmwood High School, Elmwood Park High School. It's always good. And the other thing is that I did go to the play, the Junie B. Jones play, and they did such a great job for 4th and 5th and 6th graders, singing and dancing. They really enjoyed themselves on stage, which I just like to see. You can see that they're really having a good time presenting. So congratulations, Mr. Healy's little granddaughter, Rosie, was in it, and Mr. Halle's daughter, 4th grader also. So it was a nice weekend.
I think there were about over 30 veterans, a large number of children.
There were a lot.
And the age range from maybe mid-30s up to, I'm going to say, Mr. Garapoli, that's in the street. Yes, so I said you're 90. So, I mean, that's the age range. And every one of them gets a chance to speak a little bit.
Right.
And the kid, yeah, it's a nice, and you can see there, it means a lot to them.
It does.
it's a good experience. I don't think so many. So Anderson tried to be here, and I still have my, started getting some office. So it's from the veteran, it's the iteration.
Anything else?
No.
In terms of old business? Mr. Elliott?
So I said,
Thank you. Yeah, it was a nice event, nice dinner. They did provide a challenge for boards of ed for the next year, which is that they challenged a board of education to have the highest participation in all of their NJSBA professional developments and events next year. And I forget what the prize was, but they said that it was a TBD, I think.
Wasn't that a county-wide challenge, not the?
Oh, it was county.
I think it was the battle of the counties.
Oh, it was battle of the counties, okay.
Yeah, that's always the big thing in the workshop. I mean, Bergen County had 80%. Battle of the county, it's like a show. ABC, Battle of the networks.
it's just something that virtually counties. We correspond. Fortunately, seeing like this. Something like this. When it's start, student leave. Comments.
Other old business. All right, we'll move on to legislative update.
This is Senate Bill 4147, introduced May 11th, which is last week or 2 weeks ago, by Senator Joseph F. P. Ryan. And it designates accounting as a STEM subject for various educational and other programs. This is based on the fact that they're not seeing enough women in the other STEM subjects, and they thought that they could introduce this. I don't know where that's going to go.
There are two things that I just quickly. Come September, the law that Governor Murphy signed on his way out, still things will be continuing. In our K-8 schools, there's no issue with schools. What always happened still happening. In the high school, where kids were allowed to have their phone between classes during lunch when they were lunch, now that's going to have to change. Now, right now we go to classes from caddies, and it get very high. I mean, not many classes where accountable the kids are 6 months, and teachers are held accountable to make sure that kids don't have a phone. And quite honestly, I think we're teaching kids who are coming near adulthood, make decisions, make the right decision. There's regulation, and also teaches them, maybe that get rid of the jitters, which you go somewhere. Class, you can't have it. So maybe that makes we're having dinner than the bill was written to say during academic time. However, the bill was changed to say bell to bell, essentially, one paragraph. The sponsors of the bill, who I guess voted for it, said they didn't realize that the language was changed. So the law is now bell to bell. So we're going to have, enforce it in high school. Strauss Esme is saying hold up a little bit because it might change. And I was at a conference with attorneys that very well known, Joe D'Amico is a very well known education attorney, and said it's not going to change until the legislature votes on it and then the government decides it. So right now the law is done. The only thing that we would do is allow kids to get their phone out of their locker during lunch because we have an open lunch. So Mr. Brown is going to send something home in June. The normally don't send stuff until we want people to get the anxiety a little bit. We're going to send something in June and then follow up in September. That's a big change. And will require, I think, a steadfastness of enforcing. So I know it's going to be a problem. You haven't sat in these chairs. It's going to be a problem. You're going to be spending, we've seen 30 kids because they have their phone and you have to give them whatever the consequences are going to be.
So what is the expected implication that was going to come into school?
I mean, it was either that or spend a whole lot of money on things so they could put them in these magnetic pouches that they wind up putting bird things in. And then you have to hire somebody to watch them doing that. So we're going to put a new one. And honestly, they may revise the law because the sponsor is one in any different way. So, the other thing, doesn't have a sponsor yet. But you remember I was telling you that I went down to Trenton back in the fall. We tried to change the 18 to 21 where the kids don't get a diploma if they're in very special ed program. Well, it looks like there's some life in the potential going on. It might actually be something to change the I don't want to jinx it by saying it. It seems to be, it has legs. So we can- so that's something.
All right. Thank you. At 7:45 PM, we can open meetings to the public for anything related to or not related to the agenda. And seeing lack of audience, we're going to close the meeting at 7:45 PM. Listen, we do not have a need for an executive session. I do want to wish Mr. Hurley, the faculty, staff, administration, Mr. Hurley, the best of luck on a wonderful end of the school year and final days. To close out strong. With that, we'll take a motion to adjourn. It's very seconded by Ms. Cates. All in favor? All right, we are adjourned.